Hello and welcome to Study History with Mr. P and my topic revision video about the end of the war in Vietnam. So, negotiations first of all. Peace talks began in Paris in 1968, but they didn't really go anywhere. There were huge barriers to an agreement, and this included whether and how to unite Vietnam, who governed South Vietnam, and discussions about troop withdrawals by both sides. Nixon held talks with both China and the USSR, hoping to end the Cold War too. But fearing an end to aid, this led to secret talks as well with North Vietnamese in 1970. The USA kept up pressure on North Vietnam to agree peace by continuing both official and secret negotiations, through the continuation of the policy of Vietnamization, through fighting and bombing, and by meetings with both the USSR and China. Peace talks then resumed after the Easter offensive, and there were many reasons for this. Both sides saw no victory in sight, and the cost of the war and casualties was another reason really for agreeing to an end of the war. For the North, the continued bombing of the North and the possible loss of aid from the USSR and China was a reason for continuing peace talks, and for the USA, the growing anti-war feeling and reduced funding from Congress were both motivations for ending the war. On the 8th of October 1972, the USA and North Vietnam produced an agreement at the official Paris peace talks that had been agreed in their secret meetings. But Tu, the leader of South Vietnam, refused to sign this and the talks broke up. Nixon then pressed for talks to resume by continuing heavy bombing of North Vietnam, by persuading Tu to join talks in return for weapons, supplies and aid, and also by encouraging the USSR and China to press the North Vietnamese to reach an agreement. And these renewed talks began on the 8th of January 1973. And from here we come to the Paris Peace Accords. These were signed by the USA, North Vietnam, South Vietnam, and the Provisional Revolutionary Government in South Vietnam. They agreed that all countries would accept Vietnam as a single country, with a ceasefire to lead to reunification by agreement. There'd be no US interference, and the USA would withdraw within 60 days. The USA, though, would give aid for the reconstruction of both North and South Vietnam. Now, these peace accords in Paris were significant for several reasons. First of all, because the USA officially had 150 Marines left in South Vietnam. Congress had cut funding and aid massively, leaving the ARVN badly supplied. The South Vietnamese economy had collapsed and the government was corrupt and would not work with the communists in the north or the south. Also, the North Vietnamese were determined to achieve a unified communist Vietnam. They became impatient with Thieu and therefore sent supplies and troops down the Ho Chi Minh Trail, and a new attack in December 1974 led to the Fall of Saigon the following year and to a united Vietnam. And this war then had a massive cost for the USA. In terms of money, the USA had spent $167 billion rather than this money being spent on solving problems in the USA. The USA had suffered over 58,000 dead in the war, over 303,000 wounded, 75,000 disabled soldiers, and 850,000 were left with severe psychological problems. Americans saw that they had lost the war to a less advanced country, and this led to a growing lack of trust in both the US government and the military. Returning soldiers also found it hard to cope. There was often hostility towards them, and the USA lost respect abroad.